It's time for another mock draft. I don't know what I'm going to pick. We'll see what the wheel brings up. Head-to-head 9 category, Michael Bolton.
Thanks, Josh. It's Michael Bolton here, and it's time for another episode of the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it, indeed.
You are Locked On Fantasy, your daily NBA fantasy podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome to the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast, brought to you by Basketball Monster. My name is Josh Lloyd, and those tall ships really lifted the nation's spirits after Watergate. I'm also the lead fantasy analyst at basketballmonster.com, and today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Head to fanduel.com to get started. Thank you also for making Locked On Fantasy Basketball your first listen every day. We are free. We are available on all platforms. It is a mock draft that we are doing as part of the series. We are 4 in. That means there are, I can't count, 10 to go. Are we 4 in? Yeah, we're 4 in. We've got 10 to go in this every pick from the first round scenario. Last time we did Cade Cunningham at pick 6. We will spin the wheel to see exactly where we go, but in order that I don't have interruptions during the show, today's episode is brought to you by Peloton and the new Peloton Cross-Training Tread Plus, powered by Peloton IQ. It is their most advanced equipment yet, designed to give you real-time guidance and endless ways to move, whether you're running, lifting, or cross-training with your favorite instructors. It is training reimagined. Peloton is built for breakthroughs with tools that help you plan, stay motivated, and reach peak performance. The Peloton IQ is great because it gives you real-time strength coaching. It tracks your reps. It tells you whether your form is off. It helps suggest weights for you. It gets you to the spot that you need to go. And the swivel screen on the Tread Plus is great because you can go from running on the Tread Plus to strength training without missing a beat. So let yourself run, lift, flex, and push forward. Explore the new Peloton Cross-Training Tread Plus today at onepeloton.com. Okay, so like I said, we are here and we are talking mock drafts, and let's see where we're going to pick. Which pick are we going to end up at? We'll go to the wheel and see where it positions us. So it could be a 14-team league that we end up going to with pick 13 or 14, but we'll see which direction. Doesn't look like that's what we're going to get. We're going to get... I just picked into number 8. We did 7 last time, so obviously we had 6, and then we could have had 6, we could have had 7, but we don't. We have 8. So it is pick number 8 that we are going to for this mock draft. Now, Cade had the 7th ADP. If I take a look at Yahoo's current ADP list as well to work out who I'm going to pick at number 8, I'll just bring it up. Let's take a look at where those numbers sit. So I think it might be Anthony Davis. Yes, it is Anthony Davis with an ADP of 8. So that is who we'll be picking at pick number 8. This is an Anthony Davis mock draft. I do not believe that taking Anthony Davis at 8 is the right decision. I'll say this again. I do not believe that you should be looking at Anthony Davis at pick number 8. You can easily recover from taking Anthony Davis at number 8. You can do that, right? The reason I'm doing this and putting Anthony Davis as 8 is that because a lot of the guys at the back end or middle of the draft, if I was just doing pick 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I'd start every draft with Harden or KD or however you want to do it. Like, it would be repetitive, and you would see no first round draft build with Anthony Davis. So that's why I'm doing it. So we're going to take Anthony Davis at that pick number 8. We'll come back and look at that in a sec. Today's episode, though, is also brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel has an offer that you don't want to miss. New customers can bet just $5, and you get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right, pick a bet, put down $5, and if it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. It's easy to do. It's simple. It's fun. You could do it for same-game parlays, player props, spreads, totals, futures, multiple sports. Just watching a game, see something develop, you go, I think this might flip around. You can go do that on FanDuel. You can use your live bets to do that, or your bonus bets to do that as well. So what are you waiting for? Go to FanDuel.com to download the FanDuel app today and to get started. And don't forget to gamble responsibly. Today's episode is also brought to you by Monarch Money. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth. It might be their 401ks or properties or investments. And when you don't have that full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That is why there is Monarch Money. an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or on your phone. Monarch is built for people with busy lives. If you've put off organizing your finances, Monarch is for you. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use the code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with the code LOCKEDONNBA. So I'm picking a pick 8 in the mock draft. We might as well go into it. All right, let's get into this draft room where I'm picking at number 8. We hope that this goes well. We always hope they go well. I think it will. Everyone was in the room. Everyone seems keen to go. I'm sure someone will try and take Anthony Davis from me because they didn't read my message. But that's okay because we just roast them and then rewind it. We're off. We're ready to go. Again, this top 5 is never interesting. It's the same thing that continually happens with small variations that don't really matter that much in the overall scheme of things. So, Jokic 1, Wemby 2. This is what I'm seeing in basically every single draft. Then you get the variations of Shea and Luka at 3. This one was Shea. This one's going to be either Luka or Giannis. I'm pretty certain. Sometimes I see Anthony Edwards go at 5 instead of Giannis, and that's okay too. Doncic goes at 4. It's not what I would do, but it's okay if you want to do that. Doncic goes at 4, Giannis at 5, same top 5. This will be the case in basically every format. Cade goes at 6. I'm going to guess old mate Mustafa Khan takes Ant Edwards here, and then I'll take Ant Davis, Goggles legend. They do nothing. Ant Edwards goes, so that means I'm taking Anthony Davis. And now we begin. Davis, old fatty himself, with his goggles on. I don't like that he's going to be playing majority power forward. It usually means lower field goal percentage, lower rebounds, and lower blocks. He's still great. Plus, there's injury risk, of course. To me, he's more of a 13-14 player versus a 6-7-8 player. Trae Young goes at 9. I would have Booker over Young. Booker goes at 10. Harden goes at 11. Now we're on the turn where it's almost certainly going to be Towns in one of these picks, and then probably Durant. It could be Maxey. Someone might go crazy and take an Amen Thompson. Well, there you go. Amen at number 12. No, not for me. I like Amen. No. Remember when we started doing this process and I had Amen early, in the start of the middle to end of the second round, and I thought, man, I thought I'd be behind the 8 ball on Amen. I thought other people would be way higher on him than I was, and I was criticised a little bit for having him around 2. Now people are going up to the edge of round 1, and that's not for me. So now I'm going to be ending up fading off of Amen, even though I like him that much. And then Jalen Johnson at 13. Wow. All right. Durant goes at 14. Last time when I did the Cade Cunningham build, my team was incredibly young. I'm not adverse to taking Durant and Harden and Curry, and we'll see what ends up happening here for my pick. But it is a little surprising to see Towns and Sabonis both falling down here, and I'm going to have an opportunity to grab one of those guys. I hope that old mate Ryan takes Sabonis here because I want Towns to pair with Davis. He does, and I will. All right. This is the latest I've seen Towns fall in a while, and I am here for it. So, as you can tell, with this sort of team, I am not going to be competitive in assists, and that's okay. Let's build a team to punt assists. Tyrese Maxey goes next at number 18. Well, I assume that's what we'll do. We'll see what else falls to us. I never want to lock myself into any sort of situation really at any point, but starting with Towns and Davis, who theoretically could be top 5 players in punt assist builds this season. Theoretically. They're not bad at assists, but they're not getting me 7. Starting with them, it's a good way to look at a team to punt assists. So after Maxey goes Scott Barnes, who I got in round 3 last mock draft, and he goes here at 19. Big variations already. Giddey at 20, Mobley 21. So a little surprising that you haven't seen Şengün go yet, and even Donovan Mitchell. So we're getting quite a bit of variation in round 2. And I know the common thing is, and I've said this in the past a lot, I've said so many times, there's not really round 2s in drafts. You just get 20 guys who are round 3 players. I don't think that's true this season. I think that we've got our top 5 first round guys, then maybe 2 other guys, and I think we've got 20 to, I'd say 30 round 2 and 3 guys. And I think the round 2 is fine this season. I think the issue where you run into it is that there's round 2 guys that creep into round 1. not in the past where it's like, I don't like any of the round 2 guys. They all feel like round 3. I don't feel that way this season. I think round 2 is actually quite a fertile area for picking good players. So I'm a little, I guess, against the grain on what seems to me to be the common thought. After Mobley goes Donovan Mitchell, Alperen Şengün, and LaMelo Ball. By the way, we have 3 groups of people, of players in the league now, with same last name, same first initial. Keegan and Chris Murray, Donovan and Davion Mitchell, and Keyshawn and Keontae George. So just always be careful when you're making selections. There's probably others. Lonzo and LaMelo Ball too. Someone else could probably throw a different one at me that I've missed, but Jalen Williams and Jalen Williams. Derek White goes at 25. Whew, that is early. That's a little spicy for Derek. Then goes Bam at 26. I need to lock in here. I will take Jalen Williams if he falls to me. I don't think I'll take Jalen Brunson. Is Jamal Murray worth it for me? Now, he's not a high assist guy, but he'll help my points and threes, which I'm going to need. Jamal Murray might be my guy. There goes Jaren Jackson at 27. I'm not going to value Austin Reeves here. Paolo would be good. Maybe it is Banchero. Oh, of course. Of course it's not Paolo Banchero because he just went. So do I take the Headmaster or do I take the Bronco? Actually, I'm going to need a point guard. Murray's... now I'm debating. All right, let's take Jalen Williams. I see people say this, it's lagging, it's glitching out. I don't have any glitching problems with these draft rooms, ever. I know there's been some concerns in one of the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Bowl with weird stuff with the software, which is a pain in the ass, and I'm roasting Fantrax for that. But I don't see these issues that people see in the middle of drafts where, I can't pick, it's lagging. I've never had that problem, and you've seen me do these drafts. Jalen Williams, then Dyson Daniels. I took Jalen Williams. I could have easily taken Jamal Murray, and maybe I regret that. Dyson Daniels goes at 30. I did want Paolo there. Interestingly, on Fantrax, Cooper Flagg, by the way, which I'm just going to bring him up if I can find him. I think he's got 3 position eligibility. Yeah, look at that. Point guard, shooting guard, small forward. Giving him point guard eligibility already is pretty diabolical. But if you're looking for a 3 eligibility player, you got it. After Dyson goes the Headmaster, so yeah, obviously not getting Jamal. LeBron goes next at 32. I am not selecting LeBron James in this round. That is, to me, I wouldn't do it inside the first 4 rounds, honestly. So yeah, just the injury is very concerning to me, which I think makes sense. All right. Where are we? Just trying to figure out myself here. As my mock draft monster page just stopped. Where are we at? I just lost where I was at there. LeBron goes, then it goes Brunson, then it goes Franz Wagner. The draft was actually going really slow with the people's picks there, so I didn't actually miss anything as I was trying to get myself back to updated. After Wagner goes Siakam and then Chet at the end of round 3. I'm not as big on Chet this season. I think you're probably well aware of that. But I'm not going to be against it. It's an interesting combo. Jokic, LaMelo, and Chet. It's definitely not a bad team. That's the New York Strangers. Good name. Good team name. Very strong team name. All right. Jaylen Brown going at 37. I think Jaylen Brown round 4 is about right. There is obviously risk with injury for him and some of his concerns with free throw efficiency and lack of defensive stats in the past that has been a problem. My next pick is at 44 in 5 picks time. Zion goes at 36. I because I am punting assists, I need to be very cautious of my threes, my points, and my free throws. Making sure that I get enough of those where I'll say Brandon Miller will come into it, but did he go already? Not yet. Cooper Flagg goes at 39. Miles Turner at 40. I'm going to need another shot blocker at some point too, so Porzingis will be worth it maybe. Denny Avdia goes at 41. Now this is early for Porzingis. My next pick is 53. I am going to target Porzingis at 53. Whether he gets to me or not, I'm not really sure, but I'm hopeful. Denny goes 41. 2 more picks until me. Austin Reeves still available is pretty crazy. He should not be available. I don't know why. Vooch going at 42 is crazy. I don't know why LeBron is out and Reeves is going lower. Yeah, like that's a great pick, Mustafa, to get him at 43. Like just a really strong pick. I am going to take, now debating Kawhi. 44 for Kawhi. You know what? Let's just take Kawhi. Pick 8's a little bit of a dead zone. I do have Anthony Davis. There's a lot of risk there, but if I can squeeze enough out of them, that is a winning formula. So it's a bit of a dead zone, pick 8. I don't like this area. It's one of those areas that nearly every time I do a mock, the teams in this area project at the bottom. And maybe like our strategy has to be in the 7, 8, 9 range, that we've got to take more chances, maybe. I'm still sort of working through that. Des Bane goes after Ja Morant. I'm not a huge fan of Bane there. It's not terrible. Who just went? Brandon Miller. Okay, well, that's who I wanted to get. So I am hopeful that I can get... Oh, but like then now we get to real trouble, don't we? Davis, Leonard, Porzingis. Oh, that is troublesome. Pirtle goes at... Man, I have not seen Jakob go that high. 48. I'm not against it. I think it can work. But man, Jimmy Butler, maybe I do have to just double the risk here and take. But again, all these players, Davis, Leonard, and Porzingis, are healthy. They're not currently injured. They probably will be injured, but they aren't currently injured. So yeah, it's risky. I hope someone sort of just takes Porzingis off my hands so I don't have to actually make the choice on it. But I don't know. Now I'm like debating internally, having a crisis of conscience. I'm sure that's not really the right term there. I know it's not the right term. Well, there you go. I just moved away to check my draft board, and of course, Kristaps Porzingis went. So now Mark Williams would be an option. I am not taking Mark Williams here. There goes Zubats. All right, so what's my blocks looking like? Are we good? We are. Scoring, not a high assist player. He is currently injured, but let's take Kobe White. Got to make sure we're getting the points. And that's basically, instead of me taking Jamal Murray in round 3, Kobe White is not the same player, obviously, but like a relatively similar player archetype. OG Anunoby goes next at 54. I am going to, as strong as my team can be in blocks and in rebounds and in field goals, I do need another big man. And that is where Mark Williams, or hi Mark, will come into my planning, because we know that round 7, we will get a million centers go. You Goberts, Durans, Hartensteins, there goes Asar Thompson. This is very common now, Asar Thompson going in this area. De'Aaron Fox at 55, I have not seen that low, but Asar in the 50s is going to be where he settles. He started out outside the top 100, and we could always make arguments, right? Don't ever draft until the day before the season, or people say that all the time. Yeah, okay, Fred VanVleet got hurt, LeBron got injured, that happened. But the values that you get the 1st of September, the 10th of September, versus how much all of the ranks and ADPs, I believe, tighten up, I actually think it might even be just worth it to do it early. Because if you actually believe in a play, you could have gotten Peyton Pritchard at 120. You can get Asar Thompson at these spots, like so late, that if you did take Fred VanVleet at 7 years out for the season, oh well. You'll survive it. So I know that like people just hate that idea of you drafted, then there's an injury in preseason, but they hate it much less if they get hurt on opening night. Oh well, but the value part of it, I think, is unmatched. It is. We are seeing this all the time now. I could have got Brandon Miller in the 60s when we started drafting. I could have got Denny Avdia in the 70s, Giddey in the 40s. You can't do any of that now. Levine goes at 59. Duran goes at 58. Embiid went at 57. A few auto picks in there, so I'm not really sure what these guys are up to. Ready to get roasted by Josh. What for? Taking Levine there, or just getting auto picked. Yeah, fair enough. Maybe my energy's not quite there to do the full roast. All right. That means that we are seeing Jalen Green go at this spot a lot now. It's early. 61 for him. Peyton Pritchard at 62. I am a little surprised that Mark Williams hasn't gone. I don't think that he will make it back to me, and that is probably going to be too much risk with Kawhi and Davis, although I was happy to take Porzingis. It doesn't matter because Mark Williams just went anyway. At 63. So we are running into the center problem now. So who do I take? Sarr? Maybe. Probably. Alex Sarr can go into the queue. My pick is 2 picks away. Yeah, here we go. We are going early on the centers. The center run is beginning. With 2 picks into mine, will I even get Sarr? Hartenstein's an option for me. I like Brandon Ingram here, but I do want to get a center. So Ingram, Edie, I'd love it if Edie was healthy because he'd be great here. Walker Kessler could go here. I don't want Kessler at this spot. I don't want Jarrett Allen here. Mikal Bridges, that is too early, man. Bro, take the other Bridges. No. Michael Porter goes. It's too early as well for me. Alex Sarr, it's too early, but I'm doing it. Guys, I know we are about to get crunched with centers. Ayton's going to go. Allen's going to go. Hartenstein's going to go. Okongwu's going to go. Klingen's going to go. Kessler's going to go. Probably, maybe all even before they get back to me because they are done. And then you're left with Caters and Claxtons and Diabates later on. Miles Bridges goes. I would nearly always take Miles ahead of Mikal, honestly. After Miles goes DeAndre Ayton. And now I'm just re-looking at the strength of my team. I'm pretty happy with it at the moment. I do need another guard-eligible player. And I hope we're able to get that. Well, there goes Okongwu, and there goes, oh, that is actually thievery. Darius Garland down at 72. That is really, really good value. I didn't even mention Garland, which I should have. That is immense to get Garlo there. Jordan Poole also needs to start going, and Brandon Ingram. This is, yeah, the center run started. People started following on. Maybe I went too early on Sarr. That is possible as well. Ingram there is strong, and we are also, like, Tyler Hero, just, it's frustrating that he's out. Like, these are good picks. Because Hero here would make sense. Bozellus goes at 76. What am I going to do, actually? Poole would have been a good one. It's too early, I think, for Sharp. There goes Klingon. I don't want to take Hero with these other guys that are injured. It is too early for Shaden Sharp, isn't it? Do I just, as much as I don't like him, just want a bit of center stability? I'm going to take Jarrett Allen here. I don't love the Jarrett Allen picks. He's not really the guy that I want there, but also, it is worth knowing, if you use Basketball Monster, or whatever you're looking at, a list, a draft track, or whatever, don't have to take the guy at the top. What I use it for is I look at the guy at the top, which for me currently is Tyler Hero, and I'm a little bit worried about the injury with the other guys that I've got. But I look down to the next 10 spots, the next 12 spots. I look at that group of names. I go, oh, who here makes sense? Who here makes sense when I look at what else is and isn't available later on? And that's why I went to Allen, who was like 13th on the list or 12th on the list. I could have taken Walker Kessler, who was 11th on my current projected list. But I'm worried about his injury. I'm worried about his injuries, fake injuries, of course. So I went down to Allen. I could have taken Hartenstein, but I wanted a little bit more in terms of minutes, probably, but like Hartenstein would have worked as well. I also just don't really draft Jarrett Allen much. So don't use a list and just go for the top name and go, well, this is the best name and I'll pick him. I use it to look at who's the next grouping of 12 guys and then search through the names. Who am I going to take in this area? That's how I like to do it. After Kessler goes to Tamani Kamara and Shaden Sharp, so I guess it wasn't too early on Sharp if I had gone with him. Okay. Andrew Nembhard, DeMar DeRozan, Emmanuel Quickley. That's a better spot for Quickley than where he went in the last one. Hartenstein at 84, and that is 7 rounds down. Okay. After Hartenstein goes with the double Hart. Hartenstein into Josh Hart, followed by Tyler Hero at 86. Really, really good value. Unbelievable value. You do have Zion, but whatever, that's okay. That's great. We want him back early, but that's great. Draymond at 87, Cam Thomas at 88. Cam Thomas and Shaden Sharp together. That is a lot of scoring, which is cool as well. Like, if you need the points, get it. Reed Shepherd. I have not seen Reed Shepherd go that early. I still need a guard-eligible player. I am considering Cam Johnson. He's not a guard-eligible player, so that's a lie there for me. But, well, the other one is Paul George. I don't want him. What about Christian Brown? Where is Brown on my list as my time starts to run? George Simons. Oh, he's fairly far down there. I actually don't know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take Cam Johnson. Simons went at 91. Paul George went at 90. I will look at Khalil Ware on the flip back. I will look at John Collins. I will look at... who else? Brad Beal. There goes Norman Powell. Naz Reid. I don't mind the Naz Reid pick there. It's okay. Always going to be considering Edie if I can get him late. But I am a little injury loaded with Kawhi and Davis. Again, no one's currently hurt, so we're okay with that. Tari Eason. Didn't think we were going to get him inside the top 100, but I do think it's reasonable. The minutes for him are going to be a concern. I think we're going to have some frustrations with Eason. It's only going to take one guy being out, though, to really bump him, but I don't really think that he's going to start. So he's one of those ones that when you look at projections or you think about what Tari is going to bring, it's going to be one of those ones where there's going to be down times and there's going to be good times, and he probably never really hits like a 26-minute a night roll. It's either going to be 23 or 30. I'm guessing. Ware goes at number 96. Kevin Porter at 97. They're both good picks. Zach Edey at 98. So I don't have to make that decision. John Collins and Christian Brown are coming in for me. I still need a shooting guard eligible player, but that's not the end of my starters. Bradley Beal, is he the guy? I guess, of course, Bradley Beal just literally went with the next pick. I think I'm going to take John Collins. Of course, Ryan is probably going to take John Collins. He's at the top of the draft board currently as well, so I'm sure I'm not going to be successful there. After mentioning I wanted Beal, and he went. Now I mentioned Collins, and I'm certain he's going to go. He's going to get auto-drafted in front of me, isn't he? No, Keontae George goes. Let's get Baptist. John Collins. Now I definitely need a guard. Again, I am not big into Christian Brown. But I am very surprised that we are seeing mock drafts where he's just falling. Again, it does require him to be a high efficiency shooter. His best category was very clearly field goal percentage, and if that falls, then you can be in some trouble. But we'll see. We'll see what he does. I am just surprised that I thought people would be getting onto Christian Braun a lot more than what they are. After Brown, who just went, had that whole Brown diatribe, he just went at 102. Holiday 103, Herb 104, Vassell 105. Little surprising to see Rowan Barrett falling like he is. I'll put Claxton into the queue. Ben Mathurin will be a pick for me also. Oh, actually, I'm going to love Ben Mathurin if I can get back to him. If I can get back to him. Well, if he gets back to me, maybe more accurately. Of course, Ben Mathurin went with the very next pick at 107. It's actually comical at this point, the way that these picks go. CJ McCollum goes at 108. It is funny. I'm not even mad. Scoot Henderson goes at 109, which I would love had Scoot not been injured to begin the season. That is frustrating. Andrew Wiggins at 110, Bob Portis 111. Bit of a slowdown in this draft at the moment. So I'm just trying to... I need that guard, man. I need a guard. My two guard-eligible players are the Bronco, who plays forward, and Kobe White. Nobody else has a sneaky guard eligibility, do they? John Collins has small forward eligibility for some reason, given he's played 0 small forward minutes ever in his career. That's a little surprising. After Portis goes Pajemski, I am souring somewhat on Pajemski. I'm a little worried about Steve Kerr. Claxton goes. Okay. Ron Barrett's got eligibility at shooting guard, which will work for me. Does DeAndre Hunter? No. What about Dante DiVincenzo here? I think Barrett is the play for me. So after Claxton goes Gordon, Ivy, and then it's me. At pick 116, we'll take Rowan Barrett. And that is my last guard. He is going to be an issue for percentages, for sure. Suggs goes next. I'm just incredibly concerned about Suggs' health. Okay. After Suggs goes Derek Lively, which I think is a pretty reasonable pick. Okay. After Lively goes Isaiah Jackson, then Isaiah Collier, then Jabari Smith. So we're starting to get into the center flyers there. So expect a Huff and a Cater to go. I will be looking at Nemaish. I will probably look at Huff there also. DeAndre Hunter is going to be a player for me too. Keegan Murray. And Dante DiVincenzo. Well, there goes Dante. Put Keegan into my queue. Well, I did, but he just went, so I don't need that. That was good. 2 in a row of my guys just off the board there. There goes Jaden McDaniels. Now, What do I do here? Do I... No, probably... No. I am going to take Hunter. Get some points and threes onto my team. And I think I'll get a solid enough big man next round. I think. Yeah, it's an interesting draft so far. It hasn't been like anything outrageous or anything like that, but it's been pretty solid. All right. So recapping those picks, after Hunter went Cam Whitmore. We're in flyer territory here for sure. Santi Aldama I like. Kaysen Wallace. If my guy, Jalen Williams, is out to begin the season, then Wallace will probably be better value than this. So it does make quite a bit of sense. I'm surprised that no one's gone D'Lo yet. Well, there goes Ace Bailey at 129. We're doing flyers, I guess, in this spot. There goes James Huff at number 130. I'll throw Oubre, Ricochet, Edgecombe into the queue. Keyshawn. Davion. All right, so after Huff went Monk and then D'Angelo Russell. Probably the latest that I've seen D'Angelo Russell going, honestly. Yeah, I'd say that's probably the latest. And now we're into round 12. I don't know why this draft just feels to be going slow. I've got a very large queue here. Now, there goes Aaron Neesmith at the start of round 12. I'm just going to check my team. I like my blocks. I like my field goals. I like my rebounds. Threes need some work. My free throws are fine as well. Wendell goes next. That is interesting to see Wendell that high. I think that I will take Cater. Just to sort of lock down some of those big man numbers. I will need a guard on my bench, because I can't only have 3 guards. Zach Ricochet at 135 is reasonable, totally reasonable. I think I'll have enough guard value in round 13 to take someone. Like an Oubre will be there. Herder, maybe Davion. There goes Milk Jerome at 136. And all right, Morgton. Well, that is what I was going to do. So how about not nice, because you took Nemesh Cater, who I wanted. So I will reassess. What do I want to do now? Is there another center left that I want? Do I take... What do I do here? Do I boner? I'm going to do boner. I'll take boner there. All right. May not have value after a month, but might. We just don't know Embiid's status. So I'll take boner there, and then we'll get a guard. Why is Sexton in my queue? I don't want him. On the way back around. Like a Pippen, an Allen. Well, there goes Taylor Hendricks. That's not fun for me. Grayson Allen as a player for me. Keyshawn doesn't have guard eligibility. That is annoying, even though he's... Oh, no, he does. My bad. He's got shooting guard, small forward. My bad. So he will be actually pretty useful for me, Keyshawn George. He is the guy I want. What about the dominatrix, VJ Edgecombe? I think Keyshawn will be the guy. Quentin Grimes goes next, and that's 143. Probably strong value with McCain, George, Embiid out. Although George maybe returns opening night. And he'll be an up and down player. Very similar, I think, to what Eason is. After Grimes goes Mitch Robinson, like it. Sohan, not really. But Grimes, where it's going to be like he'll play 30 minutes, he'll play 23. He might average 27. But you'll get very good games and unusable games. That might be similar to what I did with Boner as well. I didn't mention it, but Sam Hauser went 1 pick before me. He's going to be a lot of threes. He's probably going to play a lot of minutes. And it's hard to judge the Celtics. So Chris Boucher's been good. But there have been games where just like 5 rotation players are out. So like Hauser was out last game. Boucher started next to Cater. The game before that, Cater was out, so Boucher started at center. Like, how does it work if they're both playing? Filipowski goes at 146. Ryan Rollins 147. So taking a bit of an upside flyer there in case that it's him that takes over from Kevin Porter, or he plays 25 minutes anyway. I do need my guard eligible player, and it will be Keyshawn George if he doesn't go the literal single pick before me. Colin Sexton goes. Well, I was not interested in him. I can see Steph Castle being an option here. It will not be one that I take. I will take Keyshawn George at that spot. And that gives me another guard eligible player for while Barrett, or not Barrett, well, Barrett's got an injured tag. I think he's fine, but both White and Williams are currently dealing with very small injuries. Not that Williams is a small one, it's just from 3 months ago. Scott Pippen next. I guess I could debate another guard with my next pick, and that I'd be happy to take Castle with that one, or Edgecombe, or Davion. There's quite a few options there. Don't think my team is incredibly weak at assists because they just haven't focused on any point guards who are basing their numbers on their assists. I'm not making my. Why does TJ McConnell keep going in round 13? Like, he is out. He will miss a lot of time. I don't see the purpose of this. Rui Hachimura, like, that is just a very low upside pick. I know LeBron is out, and that'll help Rui a little bit, but he's incredibly low upside, I think. Jalen Wells, interesting. He projects poorly. His stats for fantasy were bad. But his production in preseason has been pretty good. And I'll see. I think, could he just, imagine that he just elevates into just doing a lot of what Desmond Bain did. More ball handling, more usage. It's not outrageous. I don't think it's likely. But I don't know. He's been pretty good in the preseason, Wellesley. Oh, another guy for me to consider here is going to be Bryce Sensabaugh. He's not an assist guy, but scoring and threes, that is going to be good for me. Dennis Schroeder goes at 156 as we get into the 14th round. A little surprising also that Moussa Diabate hasn't gone. And Valanciunas, that is, I get it. Like, you took Jokic at pick 1 and you're taking his back up there. But it is almost going to be, like, I don't know how you survive that. Not survive it. Like, let me be clear. It is a dead roster spot unless Jokic misses games. And in a daily changes format, you can't really afford to do that. So the theory is fine if you were doing games cap, weekly leagues, slightly larger benches. I think for this format, no. Young Hun Sen goes next. He was pretty poor in the first preseason game. He was pretty good in the second one. I just don't think he's going to be able to play enough to impact. Ryan Dunn and Osset Iguodaro, I don't really get that. Bro, how you take Bryce Sensabaugh there? That's the guy that took Cater that I wanted. And then he took Sensabaugh and he took Claxton that I wanted. But he did take McConnell, which I didn't like. But you took Sensabaugh, so that is not fun for me. Just to prove that I'm not a complete hater, I will take Castle if it gets to him at my pick. Which is, again, it's surprising that everyone is hating on Castle as much as me or even more. Or do I take Davion? Throw Musa into the queue. What is happening? Rugged Ronnie Holland. Like, guys, at some point, I know we're taking flyers, but what? What do we think Holland's doing? It's my pick. I'll take Castle. Like, I don't love it, but come on. Like, some of these picks, Osset Iguodaro? I don't know, man. Chris Boucher, good. That's a good pick, Ryan. I'm very interested to see how that works. I would hope that someone takes Davion Mitchell with these last two and Moussa Diabate. But that doesn't mean that they will. So again, we're in a situation where a 14-round draft here. We're going 168 picks. Well, there goes Diabate. And there's going to be useful enough players, useful enough flyers who sit on waiver wires. There are going to be guys. Grayson Allen, Daniel Gafford, Edgecombe. Dylan Brooks was good yesterday. I'm not recommending adding him. There goes. Well, luckily. Musa went, then Davion went. The two that I thought shouldn't be left alone. Let's see what happens with the next selection. And it was Obert Toppin with the last pick. So Edgecombe goes undrafted. My pick from number 8, Anthony Davis, Karl-Anthony Towns, Jalen Williams, Kawhi Leonard, Kobe White, Alex Sarr, Jarrett Allen, Cam Johnson, John Collins, Rowan Barrett, DeAndre Hunter, Adem Bona, Keyshawn George, and Stephon Castle. Okay, let's take a look the projected standings, again, it is, when I'm looking at it now, it is relatively tight in projected standings. Do not read huge amounts into this. So much is luck and moves. Like it's Latako at number 1, which was there even a team called Latako, so someone decided to change their name, which is always frustrating. GG is second, me third. These names have just not updated, so that's annoying. Yeah. All right. Again, but a very tight projections. The app is so laggy, is it? I don't know. I didn't have literally any problem. But that's okay. All right. That's the end of the mock. We'll be back tomorrow. Auction mock draft tomorrow. So keep an eye on that. What I want you to do, though, if you are watching on the YouTube mobile app, scroll across where the comments are to hit the hype button. Subscribe on audio and on YouTube. Thumb it up. Leave your comments down below, guys. We are done here. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. See ya.